Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to him,
I have
he will
nothing
be
to
seeing
say-
that.
I have nothing to say to him.
Ryan Reynolds is out here showing us that Hollywood's favorite wisecracking superhero might actually be more of a real-life supervillain. The man absolutely lost it after Fox News dragged him over firing a makeup artist, because apparently, if Ryan can't have flawless contour, nobody can. And the worst part? This wasn't just some one-time diva moment. Nope. It's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to his crazy, control freak tendencies. But before I dive deeper, a quick disclaimer for my subscribers. Since Taylor and Travis are keeping things low-key for now, I want to respect their privacy and not dig for details. For the time being, I'm focusing on the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni saga. Rumor has it, one of the main reasons Taylor's been laying low is because she might be subpoenaed in this case. Once Taylor and Travis make new moves, you'll be the first to know. But for now, you won't believe what has Ryan so riled up. Let's rewind.
It's amazing. I'm the 10th member, and now, me and the guys, we get along great.
Deadpool 2 was Ryan Reynolds' moment to shine, as he was at the peak of his power, calling all the shots and making big decisions. But then, gas, his personal makeup artist dared to have a life and couldn't make it for a reshoot. You know, completely normal and reasonable circumstances, right? But instead of handling the situation professionally, or, I don't know, hiring one of the thousands of other talented makeup artists in Hollywood, Ryan decided to go full Hollywood tyrant mode. Allegedly, he gave the artist an ultimatum, either return or you'll never work in Hollywood again. Excuse me, but who died and made Deadpool the supreme overlord of the entertainment industry? This man is acting like he personally signs every Hollywood paycheck, throwing career-ending threats over a makeup emergency. Imagine having such an inflated ego that you think someone's livelihood should be destroyed just because you didn't get your favorite setting powder. And here's the wild part. Even the Fox execs, who are no strangers to power moves and questionable decisions, were reportedly annoyed by his antics. But guess what? Ryan had so much control over the movie that they had no choice but to let him have his meltdown. He basically hijacked the entire production because he wanted his preferred blush shade. Let that sink in. But the real kicker here? This isn't some shocking out-of-character moment. It's just how Ryan operates. He spent years carefully cultivating his spun, quirky, lovable guy image while low-key running his projects with an iron fist. On camera, he's the sarcastic, self-deprecating comedian, but behind the scenes, it's his way or the highway. And the fact that this story even got leaked means it had to be something serious. Because imagine how many horror stories are still locked in the industry's darkest corners. If this is what people are willing to say out loud, just think about the ones we'll never hear. Take Deadpool 1 for example. Directed by Tim Miller, who didn't just direct the film, he fought for it. This was the guy who went to war with the studio execs to get the movie greenlit, battled for the R rating, and poured his heart into making Deadpool one of the best superhero films of the decade. But guess who didn't return for Deadpool 2? Tim Miller. Why? Because Ryan Reynolds wanted total control, and when Tim had the audacity to suggest that the movie shouldn't just be Ryan's personal playground, Reynolds pulled the ultimate power move. He bullied Tim out of the project. Straight up playground tactics. 1 minute, Tim was riding high, and the next, he was out, with Ryan swooping in to take the reins like he was directing Avengers Endgame. Let's be real, this wasn't a one-time thing. Ryan doesn't just intimidate directors, he goes full tyrant mode on his co-stars too. Take Marina Baccarin, for example. She played Wade Wilson's love interest, the emotional core of the first Deadpool. But in Deadpool 2, she was treated like a glorified extra. Why? Because apparently, she had the audacity to have a disagreement with Reynolds on set. And Ryan, ever the mature, level-headed professional, reacted like a mean girl who got her feelings hurt. Instead of handling it like an adult, he iced her out. Marina went from leading lady to barely there in the sequel. And it wasn't just in the movie. Ryan actively kept her out of press events, promo tours, and interviews. He pretended like she didn't exist. Petty? Absolutely. Legendary? You bet.
Any idea what it's like to be in a Will Ferrell Christmas movie? Instead, they're getting a musical from two guys with questionable pitch.
Let's not forget that Marina Baccarin was crucial to the success of the first Deadpool movie. Her character was the emotional heart of the story, but in Deadpool 2, she was shoved to the sidelines with a storyline so Wicket was practically non-existent. And why? Because Ryan Reynolds decided she didn't fit into his vision anymore. If this is how he treats the people who helped make his movies a success, imagine what he's like with people he doesn't like. The Hollywood nice guy act is definitely starting to look shaky, but wait, there's more. When it comes to Ryan Reynolds' on-set behavior, the receipts just keep piling up. Enter TJ Miller, aka Weasel, aka the comic relief of Deadpool. Now, let's be real, TJ Miller isn't exactly Hollywood's golden boy. He's got his own messy history, but if even he's coming forward to say that Ryan was too much, you know things were bad. According to TJ, working with Ryan wasn't just difficult, it was downright miserable, and not in the fun, playful banner kind of way. No, Ryan allegedly went out of his way to humiliate TJ in front of the crew. We're not talking about a little friendly roasting between co-stars. According to TJ, Ryan would belittle him, make cruel remarks, and loudly remind him that he was just a side character in the Ryan Reynolds show. Imagine signing up to be the goofy sidekick, thinking you're part of something fun, only to end up getting bullied by Deadpool himself. And here's the worst part, this wasn't a one-time incident. TJ made it clear that this was a pattern of behavior. He even said he would never work with Ryan again because it was that toxic. Now, I get it. TJ Miller isn't exactly the most credible source in Hollywood with his own share of controversies. But that's what makes this even wilder. If he's saying Ryan was too much, just imagine how bad it really was. Hollywood loves to sweep these things under the rug. But at this point, that rug is starting to look pretty lumpy. And let's not forget Rebecca Ferguson. While she didn't drop any names when spilling the tea about the nightmare co-star she endured while filming Life, let's play detective for a second. Her co-stars were Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal. And since Jake's over here minding his business and staying out of the drama, all signs point straight to Ryan.
Hey there, I'm Ryan Reynolds, star of the upcoming film If. And if you've ever wrote... Oh, hold on, what are you doing?
Talking about our movie.
4 hours. Did you just break the fourth wall?
I was trying to...
What was that?
Ryan, who were you married to? Where were you born? Oh, Wikipedia. Did you not see the behind-the-scenes video?
According to Rebecca Ferguson, the actor she was working with was so unbearable that she flat out refused to act with him anymore. And we're not talking about a dramatic diva moment. She chose to act opposite a tennis ball instead of sharing the screen with this person. That's not just tension. This is a whole new level of I cannot stand you. If someone would rather interact with a lifeless object than you, that's a huge red flag. And it gets even juicier. When Rebecca finally let it slip how awful her experience was, Hollywood's response wasn't, wow, that sounds terrible, but more like, shuh, we don't talk about that. Because of course, we must protect the fragile egos of powerful Hollywood men at all costs. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds gets to keep throwing tantrums, allegedly threatening people's careers, and skating by with his nice guy reputation like it's just another Tuesday. Let's be real here, this is only the tip of the iceberg. If this is what people are willing to say out loud, imagine what's lurking in the shadows behind NDAs and carefully crafted PR statements. Speaking of Hollywood friendships that mysteriously died, let's talk about Jake Gyllenhaal. Ryan and Jake were once Hollywood's ultimate bromance. These two were giggling on talk shows, cracking inside jokes, and acting like they were soulmates. Then, boom, radio silence. When Jake was recently asked about Ryan, he didn't just dodge the question. He straight up shut down like an iPhone on 1% battery. The interviewer pushed, and Jake was like, I have nothing to say about him. That's not normal. That's I never want to be in the same room as this dude again energy. Honestly, at this point, who can blame him? The illusion of Ryan Reynolds being this quirky, lovable, self-aware king has completely shattered. The dude is obsessed with control, allergic to compromise, and ready to destroy anyone who dares to challenge him.
Ongoing feud with Ryan.
Who?
You know that guy. What's it gonna take for him to actually be BFFs with you?
There was a time in which we were. Because everybody knows Instagram had its way with our friendship.
Any words for Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to
I
him,
have
he will
nothing
be
to
seeing
say-
that.
I have nothing to say to him.
For more updates, that's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.